If God only did one thing for you for each year of your life, one thing out of every 365 days for every year you have been alive. Now, some of you are younger than I am, and some of y'all are a little bit older than I am. But no matter how young or old you are, God has still been good. Oh, come on, tap your neighbor. Tell him God has still been good. I mean, he's given us air conditioning in the summer. He gives us heat in the winter. We have clothes on our backs. We have food on our table. We have cable. Some of you have been some places that some of us old folk have never been. And do we really want to talk about, young people, the invention of the cell phone? But again, if God did one thing, one blessing for you for the years that you have been alive, for me, that would be 65 blessings that God has sent my way. But if I would multiply that by 2, that would be 130 blessings that God has sent my way. If I would multiply that by 3, that would be 195 blessings that God has sent my way. If I would multiply it by 4, that would be that God has blessed me with 260 blessings in all of my life. And if I would multiply that by 5, it would come out to 325 blessings that God has blessed me in my life. But the truth of the matter is that we can't even count how many times God has blessed our lives. I mean, you just can't put a number on that. How many times that God has watched out for you, looked out for you. God has made a way out of no way. You can't put a number on the fact that God kept you from all hurt, harm, and danger. You can't put a number on that. When we step outside of the will and the way of God, that God still somehow sent blessings our way. And if anything, we should come into his house and give him an in spite of blessing. We ought to give him an in spite of praise. In spite of the fact, God, that I haven't dotted every I or crossed every T, you still have been good. In spite of the fact that I have not been all that I should have been, God, in spite of that, I still come to thank you. I come to praise you. I come to magnify your holy name. God, you've been just good. You've been good in my yesterdays. You've been good to me right now. And God, I'm going to praise you because I believe you're going to be good in my tomorrows. Oh, come on. I wish I could have just a few of you to say, God, I just want to thank you for my tomorrows, because I just believe that, God, the same way you brought us through 24, you're going to still bring us through 25. I mean, from January to December, God is still a good God. He gave us joy in January. He gave us favor in February. He gave us mercy in March. He's able in April. In May, he was just mighty. In June, Jesus is still the best thing that has ever happened to me. In July, he's the center of my joy. In my joy, he's there. He's my all in August. And now in September, he's still seeing me through. In October, he's omniscient. He's omnipotent. He's